What the heck is going on, everybody? Happy New Year. Hopefully you have enjoyed your night and you are not too hung over. I know me and Chetta are definitely not, but we are super excited for the new patch that is going to be dropping on the 3rd.
Yes.
Sorry, Chetta, like very delayed.
I didn't know you were looking at me.
This guy, I tell you. But anyway, before we get into it, be sure to hit that subscribe button, the like button, the comment button, and let's get into it. So very first here is the new codes, the new coupon codes. So be sure to put those in. Hopefully you get lucky on your brilliant jewelry box. Mine was trash. Trash-ola. And the next here is another super quick note. There's just a survey for satisfaction. So you don't actually get any rewards or anything for this, but Com2S is listening, it seems. They're making a lot of updates frequently that the community seems to complain about. So fill this out if you want to be heard.
It doesn't say you're not getting any rewards, but normally these surveys do give rewards. So.
And then this is just the hot time event, so make sure you're doing lots of content and grinding your alts for some XP. Or your main, I guess, if you need it. And then this is just a reminder for the quiz that's going on. We are up to day 2, so 50,000 gold. I know you need it. So that was day 1. So make sure you do your quiz event.
I think day 3 will be out too.
Mm-hmm. And then the real meat and potatoes. So the new content that is going to be coming on the 3rd. So we are getting the Beetles, and we are also getting the hero area. So we're catching up to Korea server pretty quickly. We've also been keeping up with Korean patch notes on our channel as well, for the most part. So you can check those out as well and kind of keep tabs on where we're at compared to them. But so we're getting hero area. So hero area is available after progressing arena exploration world of Fissure, which I think is like the one, if it's like to be continued or whatever, essentially.
Or it might be another... It might open up a new mission that's in Castland, World of Fissure, and then you go through the fissure into the hero area.
But either way, so the hero area is going to open up, so that's awesome. So hero areas exist on each continent, and there are a total of 6 hero areas. So essentially, it's just going to be a harder version of all the continents we have now. So yeah, it just has more powerful. In the hero area, you can obtain various items. So it goes on to list the rewards. And then it says you can craft 5-star legendary runes with a bunch of the rewards that it gives you. Then it just talks more about the rewards. And then it also says here there are also boss creatures in hero areas that appear randomly. So then it lists here the bosses in each area. And it talks about the different effects.
These aren't the bosses. It says Bahamut, one of the bosses, appears very rarely. So the hero area should be closely observed. So
and then here's the hero areas. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So for Rudland's hero area, it's Ia Hill.
Okay, so yeah. So that's kind of where you want to be farming, so that you can see when the boss pops.
And it seems like the attributes are going to be super important, right?
Yep.
To get the attribute advantage for each zone.
Well, they also just increased the attribute advantage rate to 30% from 10%, so...
It seems like this is going to have a special one, because it's like increased damage by 200%.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Decreased damage taken.
Yep.
It's like you really want to be that element.
And then on the Beetle Knights, so we're actually going to go through each of these individually. So I don't really want to talk too much about this. But yeah, we're getting new 5-star monsters, Beetle Knights. So let's go through each one. So the fire one, Sir Hercules.
They're all 5 stars.
Yep.
And then...
So this one here, it says attacks the enemy 2 times.
That's
with
their basic attack for all of them.
Okay.
They're all double hit basic attacks.
Nice. And then his skill one for the fire one, charges forward to attack enemies within a range, launching them into the air with a certain probability and provoking them. So it just knocks them back and provokes them.
Knocks them up.
Knocks them up, sorry.
Same.
And then skill 2 reduces attack power and critical damage to enemies within a range with the power of the shield. And then his ultimate creates a shield area that grants attack power reduction and critical damage reduction per second to the enemies within the range. This effect only applies within the shield's area. And then he also has this.
It's a passive.
Yeah, but it's an 18 seconds cooldown on it.
Yep.
So it says are immune to taunt, so he can't be provoked or taunted or whatever.
Yeah, none of them can.
And then it says if a team member's strength in effect is robbed or canceled, so that just means stolen or stripped.
Or stolen.
Or stolen, yeah. And then Rush of Blaze is activated to robbed or canceled target. What?
So I think it's whichever character they try and strip or steal from, he's going to go over and he's going to use this Rush of Blaze, whatever that is.
Okay.
So Rush of Blaze must be a second part to this.
And he's going to steal it back, probably. And that's for all of them, you said?
They're all immune to taunt.
Oh, okay.
They all have different passives. His seems to be the worst one from what I read.
And the next one here is the water one, Lord Neptune. So this is the one everyone's talking about. It seems like he's going to be very good. So same basic attack as all of them. His skill 1 is charges forward to attack the enemies within range, launching them into the air with a certain probability and reducing their defense. So he puts on defense break. And then the second skill here, the power of the shield grants movement speed reduction to enemies within range and increases critical resistance and continuous recovery to allies within range. So it's a very good support skill. And then his ultimate here, so this is when it's used as your link and you use your ultimate. So it creates an area of shield that grants movement speed reduction to enemies within a range and increases critical resistance to allies within range every second before recovering. This effect only applies within the shield's range. The amount healed is proportionate to the target's max HP.
Sounds pretty crazy.
Yep, sounds like it's going to be very nice.
And then the big part here is passive.
Yep, so again, he's immune to the taunt, and then when a summoner takes a lethal attack, the damage is ignored. Afterwards, grants endurance to the summoner and restores the summoner's HP to the amount healed. The amount healed is proportional to the target's max HP. So that is going to be huge, but there is a very long cooldown on it.
It's a 3-minute cooldown, and that might get reduced with skill ups. So.
Yep, and that means even at the 3 minutes, it's for sure going to proc twice in PvP, right? So
in
pretty solid.
Battlefield, for sure.
Well, I guess maybe not, because there's 6 minutes. Like 6 minutes would be like almost the whole thing. But if you do get like one shot right away or whatever.
Yeah, if it happens early, then you have a good chance to get it up.
And then the win one here, so his
Sir Action.
Yeah, I was even gonna try. So same basic attack as all the others, and then charges forward to attack the enemies within range, launching them into the air with a certain probability, and silencing them if they are in an electric shock state.
If they have electric shock that gets sound, that's pretty cool.
Man, everything's electric shock. I need to rebuild my Leg Moron. The power of the shield grants increased defense to the allies within the range and provokes enemy within the range with a certain probability. So that's his skill 2. So just a provoke again.
Provoke and defense up. It's pretty good.
Yep. And then the ultimate is creates a shield area that grants increased defense to allies within the range every second and recovers own HP. In addition, there's a chance to provoke enemies within the range every second. This effect only applies within the shield's area.
Yeah, so it puts down like a big aura. That's what they all seem to do for their ultimate.
Yeah. And then, the immune to taunt, again, so this is his passive. When hit by an enemy, the enemy within the range replaces their defense up with defense down and emits a bolt of lightning that grants them an electric shock.
So I wonder if the bolt of lightning happens every time or only when this happens.
Yeah, hard to tell, but only a 16-second cooldown, so that's going to happen frequently.
But yeah, if it does happen without this, he's going to be really good.
Yeah. He already seems like he might be okay.
Yeah.
And then the light one, which no one's going to get except lucky people unless they suck. Same basic. And then the first skill here charges forward to attack the enemy within a range, dispelling one buff, so it's a strip. If the target has no buff effect, it grants unable to enhance. Isn't that the wing thing?
Yeah, it's a beneficial effect block.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
That's what I think.
This is from the Korean server, so...
And then skill 2 here increases all buffs of nearby allies with the power of the shield and provokes the enemy within the range with a certain probability, grants continuous healing to allies who do not possess continuous healing. So that's going to be pretty cool if you have a bunch of buffs on. It's going to increase them, and the provoke is nice as well, and the continuous healing, of course.
I wonder if it increases the level or the duration.
Yeah, it's hard to tell there from the translation. And then the ultimate here, so creates a shield that grants continuous healing to allies within the range. After it increases the level of all buffs, so this one says level.
Yeah, yeah.
So the other one's probably level as well.
Yep.
Of all allies within the range every second, and dispels one buff from enemies within the range with a certain probability. This effect only applies within the shield's area, so same as all the other ones. And then his passive here, it's going to proc every 12 seconds, so immune to taunt like all the others, and when hit by an enemy, a chance to dispel one of the target's beneficial effects. So every 12 seconds, if he gets hit, he has a chance to strip them, so that's pretty cool.
Pretty wild, yeah.
And I'm sure the chance will increase as it scales up. And then the dark one here, same basic attack. Skill 1 charges forward to attack the enemy within a range, launching them into the air with a certain probability. If the target is poisoned, explodes it. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, poison exploder.
Yeah, he seems like he's going to be a poison dude. So inflicts poison on enemies within the range with the power of the shield, and inflicts fear with a certain probability if the target has continuous damage. So that's his skill 2 there. So he's going to poison, and he also blows it up as well with his first skill. So that's going to be nice.
It's going to like poison you, fear you, and then charge into the back of you and blow up the poison.
Pretty nice.
That's like his ultimate play, right?
Yeah. And then his ultimate here creates an area of shield that bursts poison in the area, poisoning enemies in the area every second. This effect only applies within the shielded area. So again, just adding a bunch of poisons every second.
Yeah, it's going to be a big poison zone.
Yeah, it'll be pretty cool. It'd be cool with Orbia's dark weapon, right? Just poison, 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 poison. And then the passive here is every 6 seconds. So again, immune to taunt. Each time an enemy is hit with a crowd control effect, it increases the team summoner's ultimate gauge. Ooh. And poisons the target when hit. Ooh.
And he's the only one that's a warrior. All the other ones are actual knights.
I want him.
Yeah, he sounds crazy.
He sounds like he'd be so good with Dark Orbia.
But of course, the water one's going to be really cool too.
And he'll be way easier to get.
Yes.
But with all that being said, I hope you guys are excited as me for the 3rd update. We will be posting lots of videos about it when we can. Didn't they say one of these is going to be a monster journal? Isn't one of them free to play?
Yeah, it's the fire one, I think, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's the fire one.
So I will be definitely giving a review on him once I get him, as soon as the update is live. But we appreciate you guys as always. Pretty please hit that subscribe button as well if you made it this far. There is no reason not to. We are very close to 500 subscribers. We would appreciate it if you could do that for us. Like and comment, of course, as well. And we will catch you guys in the next one.